Almost every cat owner has experienced this moment. You stand up from the couch, walk down the hallway, and head toward the bathroom. Suddenly, your cat appears. Sometimes from another room, sometimes from deep sleep, sometimes as if it was watching you the entire time. Within seconds, it's there, scratching at the door, slipping inside before you close it, jumping onto the sink, the counter, or sitting directly at your feet. And strangely, this doesn't happen occasionally. It happens every single time. Yet the rest of the day, your cat may ignore you completely. You call its name. Nothing. You try to pet it. It walks away. But the moment you enter the bathroom, suddenly, you have an audience. So, what's really going on here? Is it curiosity, loneliness, or is there something much stranger behind this behavior? Because when researchers began observing cats inside homes, they discovered something that challenges what most people believe about their pets. And it starts with a simple observation. When animal behaviorists began studying cats in domestic environments, they noticed a strange pattern. Cats were not randomly appearing in the bathroom. They were anticipating the moment. In several home observation studies, researchers placed motion-triggered cameras in hallways and bathrooms to track pet activity throughout the day. What they found was surprising. Cats often began moving before their owner even reached the bathroom. Sometimes they appeared within seconds, even if the cat had been asleep moments earlier. But the most fascinating detail wasn't just their timing, it was their behavior once they arrived. Cats rarely just sit quietly and watch. Instead, they become remarkably engaged. They rub against legs, they stare directly at their owner, they circle the room, they jump onto nearby surfaces to gain height and visibility. And sometimes, they simply sit there, watching. Almost as if this moment is socially significant, not random, not accidental, but intentional. Which raises an unexpected question. Why would a bathroom visit trigger social behavior in a species famous for independence? To understand that, we first have to confront a common misunderstanding about cats. Most cat owners have a simple explanation. My cat is just curious. And at first glance, that seems logical. Cats investigate everything. New objects, new sounds, new smells. Curiosity is deeply wired into feline survival instincts, but animal behavior experts argue this explanation is incomplete, because curiosity alone doesn't explain the pattern. Think about it. Your cat doesn't react the same way when you sit on the couch, work on your laptop, walk through the house, open the refrigerator. But the bathroom? That's different. For many cats, the reaction is immediate and consistent, which suggests something deeper may be happening, something rooted not in curiosity, but in ancient survival behavior. To see why, we need to imagine the world from a cat's perspective, not as a house pet, but as the animal it evolved to be. Cats evolved in a complicated ecological role. They are predators, but they are also prey. In the wild, small wildcats must constantly hunt for food, while also avoiding larger predators. This creates a delicate balance. They must remain alert at all times, but there are certain moments when an animal simply cannot defend itself effectively. Biologists studying animal vulnerability have identified 4 key moments: eating, sleeping, grooming, and eliminating waste. During these moments, the body's attention is temporarily focused elsewhere. Reaction time slows, awareness drops, and the animal becomes more exposed to danger. Because of this, some social animals develop a fascinating strategy. They watch over each other. In wild feline colonies, trusted companions may remain nearby during vulnerable moments, not necessarily interacting, just observing, standing guard. From a human perspective, this may seem strange, but from a cat's perspective, when you enter the bathroom, you may be entering a moment of vulnerability, and your cat may instinctively feel compelled to stay nearby. Not out of curiosity, but out of protective awareness. In other words, your cat might believe you need supervision, but protection is only part of the story, because there is another psychological factor that researchers believe plays an equally powerful role, and it has nothing to do with danger. It has everything to do with attention. Studies of cat-owner relationships have revealed something fascinating about feline social timing. Cats prefer to interact when humans become predictable and stationary. Researchers observing domestic cats noticed that many cats initiate contact during moments when their owners stop moving, when a person sits down, when they relax, or when they become focused in one place. And the bathroom happens to be one of the few places where humans become extremely predictable. You walk in, you close the door, you stay there for a few minutes, and during that time, you're not walking away. You're not distracted by screens. You're not busy doing multiple things. From a cat's perspective, you are temporarily trapped in one location, which creates the perfect opportunity for social interaction. For a species that evolved to seek attention on its own terms, this moment is ideal. Your cat can approach you, observe you, rub against you, and receive attention without the risk of you suddenly leaving. In a strange way, the bathroom becomes a guaranteed bonding opportunity. But scientists believe something even deeper may be happening, something tied to emotional security. In animal psychology, researchers sometimes refer to a concept called security anchoring. It describes how social animals regulate their stress levels by staying close to trusted companions. In studies of cat-human relationships, researchers have observed that many cats use their owners as emotional reference points. Your presence signals safety. Your movements signal normalcy. Your routine signals stability, which means when your cat follows you into the bathroom, it might not actually need anything. No food, no playtime, no stimulation. Instead, it may simply be reinforcing proximity to its most trusted social partner, you. The bathroom then becomes something unexpected, a quiet ritual, a small moment where the cat reconnects with its human, not loudly, not dramatically, but calmly, by simply being there, even if from the human perspective, it feels slightly awkward. So the next time your cat appears outside the bathroom door, it may not be invading your privacy. Instead, it could be doing one of several things simultaneously. It might be instinctively guarding you during a vulnerable moment. It might be taking advantage of guaranteed attention, or it might simply be reinforcing the bond between you. In feline social systems, proximity equals trust. Cats rarely stay close to individuals they don't feel safe with. So when your cat chooses to sit beside you during these moments, it's not random. It's social inclusion. Your cat is acknowledging you as part of its inner circle, its trusted group, its family, and that's something cats do not offer lightly. But there is one final idea that may change the way you see this behavior forever. Because from your cat's perspective, the situation may look very different. Imagine the scene through your cat's eyes. A large, somewhat clumsy creature walks into a small room, closes the door, and becomes temporarily vulnerable. From a feline survival perspective, that situation makes very little sense, which means your cat may be interpreting the moment in the only way it understands, as a situation where supervision is required. In other words, your cat may not believe it's following you. It may believe it's watching over you. Standing guard, ensuring nothing dangerous happens while you're distracted, which means every time your cat quietly sits beside you in that room, watching, waiting, keeping you company, it might not be thinking, this human is strange. It might actually be thinking something much simpler, something instinctive, something protective, something surprisingly loyal. This creature clearly cannot survive alone, and maybe, just maybe, your cat isn't following you at all. Maybe it's taking care of you, and once you see it that way, the next time your cat appears at the bathroom door, you might realize something unexpected. You were never alone in that moment. You had a guardian, quietly doing its job.